And now for a Next News special report.
And now a moment that many thought they'd never see. The untouchable titan of tech, Mark Zuckerberg, stood up and faced those he's wronged. Yes, in a packed Senate hearing room under the steely gaze of Senator Josh Hawley and the tearful eyes of affected families, Zuckerberg finally uttered the words, "I'm sorry for everything." But how did we get here? And what does this mean for the future of child safety online? In a world where our children's innocence is at stake, one senator, his dogged determination has brought a billion-dollar empire to account. Now, this isn't just any story. It's a turning point in the fight for the soul of the internet. So stay with us for a report that not only delves into the heart of this unprecedented apology, but also exposes the raw truth behind the polished apologies of big tech. Because by the end of the special report, you'll understand why this moment is a watershed in the ongoing battle to protect the most vulnerable among us. And trust me, you don't want to miss the final thought on why this matters to every American family. Before we dive into the heart of our special report, a quick reminder of why we're able to bring you the crucial stories that matter. Our work is supported by the unwavering commitment of companies like the Patriot Gold Group. Today's uncertain times, reminiscent of Zuckerberg's long overdue apology, it's vital to seek stability and security, not just in the digital world, but in our financial futures as well. Just as families affected by social media exploitation deserve restitution, your investments deserve protection. Gold, surpassing $2,000 an ounce amidst global unrest and economic uncertainty, represents that steadfast reliability. And just like the courage shown by those standing up to tech giants, investing in gold is a bold move towards safeguarding your financial well-being. The Patriot Gold Group offers a no-fee-for-life IRA for qualifying rollovers, ensuring your investments are as secure as our commitment to bring you the truth. So don't wait for the next apology from those who've let you down. Take action to protect your future today. Call the number on the screen, 888-857-9437, for a free investor guide from the Patriot Gold Group, the top-rated gold IRA dealer 7 years in a row. That's 888-857-9437. Protect your financial future as we fight to protect our children's safety online. Now, getting back to our report, the Senate Judiciary Committee hearing on child safety online, a pivotal moment that could redefine the responsibility of social media giants, has captured the nation's attention. At the heart of this seismic event was Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg's dramatic apology to families impacted by child exploitation on Facebook and Instagram. This wasn't just an apology, it was a public acknowledgement of failure, a rare admission from one of the most powerful figures in tech, prompted by the relentless pressure of Senator Josh Hawley. Now, Hawley's confrontation was not just a questioning, it was a public indictment of Zuckerberg and Meta's practices. The senator's approach was direct, holding Zuckerberg accountable for the platform's shortcomings in protecting the most vulnerable. Hawley's insistence on a public apology marked a significant moment, not only for the victims' families present, but for the whole world who was watching. It was a statement that in the digital age, accountability is non-negotiable. Now, let's take a look at the moment when Hawley's unwavering demand for accountability led to Zuckerberg standing, turning to the victims' families, and apologizing. It wasn't just a verbal apology, it was a public act of contrition, a moment of humility for a man who controls platforms that influence billions. Watch.
And you don't think it's appropriate to talk about steps that you took? The fact that you didn't fire a single person? Let me ask you this. Have you compensated any of the victims?
Sorry?
Have you compensated any of the victims? These girls, have you compensated them?
I don't believe so.
Why not? Don't you think they deserve some compensation for what your platform has done? Help with counseling services, help with dealing with the issues that your services cause?
Our job is to make sure that we build tools to help keep people safe.
Are you going to compensate them?
Senator, our job and what we take seriously is making sure that we build industry-leading tools to find harmful content,
make money,
take it off the services,
to make money,
and to build tools that empower parents.
So you didn't take any action. You didn't take any action. You didn't fire anybody. You haven't compensated a single victim. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. There's families of victims here today. Have you apologized to the victims? Would you like to do so now?
Well,
they're here. You're on national television. Would you like now to apologize to the victims who have been harmed by your product? Show them the pictures. Would you like to apologize for what you've done to these good people?
I'm sorry for everything that you've all been through. It's terrible knowing that you go through the things that your families have suffered. And this is why we invested so much and are going to continue doing industry-leading efforts to make sure that no one has to go through the types of things that your
families have had to suffer.
You know, why, Mr. Zuckerberg, why should your company not be sued for this? Why is it that you can claim, you hide behind a liability shield, you can't be held accountable? Shouldn't you be held accountable personally? Will you take personal responsibility?
Senator, I think I've already answered this. I mean, these
Well,
are
try
serious
us again.
issues.
Will you take personal responsibility?
Senator, I view my job and the job of our company as building the best tools that we can to keep our community safe.
Well, you're failing at that.
Well, Senator, we're doing an industry-leading effort. We build AI tools
nonsense. Your product is killing people. Will you personally commit to compensating the victims? You're a billionaire. Will you commit to compensating the victims? Will you set up a compensation fund
Senator,
with your money?
Now, the hearing went beyond mere apologies, delved into the heart of the crisis facing our children online. Zuckerberg's admission and Hawley's questioning shed light on a grim reality. Social media platforms, under the guise of connecting the world, have also facilitated a darker connection, one that preys on innocence and exploits vulnerability. The question of restitution was broached, with Hawley pressing Zuckerberg on Meta's responsibility to compensate victims for their suffering. Zuckerberg's response, focused on tool development for safety, sidestepped the direct call for compensation, highlighting a fundamental gap between corporate responsibility and moral accountability. In the presence of the families wearing blue ribbons reading "Stop Online Harm, Pass KOSA" was a poignant reminder of the stakes. These weren't abstract cases of online harm, but real lives shattered by the content allowed to proliferate on platforms like Facebook and Instagram. Zuckerberg's commitment to industry-leading efforts for safety, well, it felt hollow in the face of such tangible grief and loss. The scrutiny extended beyond Zuckerberg, with lawmakers grilling executives from TikTok, Discord, X, formerly Twitter, and Snap. Now, the collective defense hinged on efforts to enhance safety measures, yet the hearing underscored a disturbing truth. Efforts have been insufficient, reactive rather than proactive. The tech industry's model, prioritizing engagement and profit over safety, was laid bare, with Zuckerberg's apology serving as a symbol of this systemic failure. As the hearing unfolded, the narrative shifted from individual accountability to a broader indictment of the tech industry's role in safeguarding online spaces. The call for action was clear. Apologies, while necessary, are not sufficient. Legislation, regulation, and a reevaluation of platform priorities are imperative to ensure that children are protected in the digital realm. The proposed legislation aimed at enhancing protections for kids online became a rallying cry not just for the families present, but for all who envision a safer internet. This moment at the Senate hearing represents a crossroads. It's a choice between continuing down a path where apologies are the extent of accountability or forging a new way forward where the safety of our children is paramount. The tech industry, led by figures like Zuckerberg, faces a decision: to act decisively in protecting the most vulnerable, or to remain in a cycle of reaction and regret. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. The Senate hearing and Zuckerberg's apology are more than a fleeting moment in the news cycle. They represent a crucial turning point in our ongoing struggle to safeguard our children in the digital realm. It is a vivid reminder that while apologies are a start, they're not enough. Our fight is for action, for lasting changes that ensure our children's safety online. This episode underscores the essential role of vigilance and advocacy by lawmakers, parents, and citizens alike. It's a call to action for all of us to demand and implement robust protections for our kids against the perils of the internet. We must move beyond apologies to concrete, proactive measures that guard against exploitation and harm. As we stand at this crossroads, let's choose a path that leads to a safer, more secure digital future for our next generation. Our commitment to this cause will define the legacy we leave behind, a testament to our values and our resolve to protect the innocence and potential of our own children. This indeed is the fight of our time.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.